Good evening, everybody. We've got here a 1v1 on Arabia. This time, two top players who are not necessarily in the top 5 of what most people would consider, but still fantastic players and able to come up with different types of strategies than what we normally would expect.
Olá.
So, in the red, we do have Project Belgium playing as the Portuguese, and then to the north, we have TheMax playing as the Persians.
Salam.
So what sort of things can we expect? Well, obviously, Persians likely going to see some sort of cavalry coming out of them, and Portuguese have been picked more and more often. What we're seeing is fast castles going into those organ guns. Portuguese is a very versatile civilization that definitely has grown in interest from a lot of the top level players. But before we get into any of that, let's take a look at the maps. I love the wall-off potential for Project Belgium here. Just a little bit of a wall in here to this stone and then down to the edge of the map or to the wood line, and this entire wood line would be safe. We would have a safe gold, safe berries, and even access to some stone in there. So if there is a fast castle on the way, this might be a perfect map for it. And then when we look at the Max's Persian base, a lot more open. So probably want to see some aggression out of the beginning for the Persian player. He can wall into the town center here, wall a little bit to the edges. Likely we'll see that sort of a wall off, because walling this whole front area is going to be quite a big commitment. And so he has started to add a few things. He is going forward with a barracks. We will see a quick militia rush, and that first early attack will just gain some map control. And Project Belgium looking to do the same, but his wall-off potential is much, much easier. Both the players are pulling in fours. They're going across, taking a look at where the enemy is, and it looks like the Max might have just missed. Yes, he did just miss where the enemy is, but he is going forward now with militia. Gonna look around a little bit more. He knows the general direction ahead, and just catches off guard that villager. Villager now will put a house down, a few free shots, and that is massive. That militia going down is huge, and a few free hits now. When it comes to a drush, that can go a long ways. Now these three militia will be going forward. This one individual militia can barely even combat a villager with loom, but a villager without loom can definitely be taken off guard by the scout and militia. Will this villager go down? Undoubtedly, yes. And loom just coming in, but it was too late, as this drush is now actually paid for itself, as the scout for Project Belgium goes down, but a villager went down on the other side. The Max now unable to collect gold because of this drush, so that is going to cause a little bit of a delay, but nothing too major as of yet. I'm just so impressed by that move. One militia, one scout, and still get the villager pick. Fantastic work there. And now Project Belgium forcing Max to bring more walls in. Project Belgium will be able to combat this scout and this militia, no doubt. And this mining camp, you know what? That's 100 wood that might be just thrown away now because of this drush. Now we do see the first player to click up to the feudal age is the Max, but right behind him is going to be Project Belgium. One thing to note is the resources that are being collected much higher when it comes to the Max than when it comes to Project Belgium. The Max with one extra villager, so that does add up a little bit. And Project Belgium caught out. Looks like both of them will have lost a militia to a town center. And still being so annoying, the Max is just attacking, forcing idle time, not allowing these walls to go up. All Project Belgium wants at this point in time is to get these walls up, as this house gets attacked now, hoping to take out a house. Never a bad thing to happen, but it will not be housing the Max at all at this point in time. Max will be sufficiently protected. Project Belgium looking to just get his walls up. He is now fully walled in. Even if these walls are fairly weak, he will be able to do a little bit of work. And the Max, he has a villager forward. Let's see what this villager decides to do. It'll be interesting, to say the least. Both players now in the feudal age. The Max looking to go for a fast castle. Project Belgium looking to go for a fast castle. A blacksmith going up to begin with for Project Belgium. Archery range on the front. And let's see what sort of chaos the Max can drop in the back of Project Belgium's base. Unable to see that tower at this point in time, and that will deny this wood line, but there is this massive wood line in the back that is fully safe for Project Belgium to run back to, as 2 archery ranges are being produced. The Max already on his way up to the next age. He will have knights on the field, surely, but he does have an archery range in case he does want to put out an archer or 2. So this watchtower being built by just 1 villager will go up, still not noticed, might be noticed now. Fantastic location. Not until it's put up is it noticed by the enemy. And walling that in, always a good choice to wall in something like this. That watchtower is going to be annoying for ages. These militia, you know, they haven't done too much damage in comparison to taking out a villager, but they have caused 0 gold to be collected from this main gold. Back gold was pretty safe for the Max, but taking out houses, taking out mining camps, that goes a long ways. And so that is just a constant threat. It's a constant red blinking dot in the Max's base. Always just a little bit annoying. And now, what do we have here? Castle Age. Immediately we see knights coming out for the Max. Playing as the Persians, that's always going to be the case. And what does the Max have up his sleeve? Well, it's a forward siege workshop. Forward siege workshop is going to be so strong against the crossbows that will be coming forward. Not too many as of yet. We only have a few crossbows in each of these archery ranges, so it will be a total of 7 here, plus these 2 militia are already cleaned up by the knight. And we have a mangonel coming out for the Max. 1 mangonel can push these crossbows back, no doubt about it. I do like the additional scouting being done by the Max, just to see where those relics are, where those secondary, tertiary golds and stones are, and what exactly he can do as he continues on. Mangonel now. Mangonel with knights, not too much that can be done about it from the crossbow player. But doesn't want to show his hand as of yet. Neither of these players wanting to be obvious about where they're attacking, what angles they're coming from. But both decide to attack the palisade walls very close to one another. A couple of skirms out in defense. 5 skirms and a few knights is more than enough to clean up this crossbow army, as knights are in the back of Project Belgium's base. The quick walls are enough for now. Is it enough? Open still. Oh, the knights decide to turn around. Probably a good idea there, as they would have been trapped out, would have gotten hit by the town center fire, no doubt. But this mangonel able to cause some more damage. 39 villagers for each But the skirmishers, with the micro, unable to engage quite as well because of the focus down on the south. Skirmishers are going down. This is definitely not enough in defense right now. The Max needs more in the back of his base. He needs more protection. He needs to get some additional army. These two skirmishers should be enough to clean up the remaining crossbows, but it is messy on both sides right now. Project Belgium parking a few crossbows right outside the siege workshop. That is something that I definitely wouldn't have the balls to be doing. But will give that visibility for when mangonels eventually come out. Villager does go down for Project Belgium. The Max now with a 3-vill lead. Still only one town center, putting up a monastery, and looking to re-wall this side of his base. The palisade wall with houses in behind, trying to get as much protection as possible. Both of these players looking to just go full military right now. I'd love to see a second town center from one of them just to get a little bit of an edge now that the economies are more stabilized. Obviously, once you get around the 40 villager mark, you have the ability, especially when making knights, to produce out of farms. And Project Belgium looking to attack on the other side. These skirmishers might be able to push back the crossbows, but will not be able to engage against the knight. Luckily, Max has a knight of his own. But that knight for Project Belgium will be able to engage very, very well. One thing to note, this tower still denying this wood line. Such a pain point. As we see villagers from Project Belgium running over to this side, looking to build that second town center now. And the Max still on 2. He has also built a second town center on this wood line. That wood line will be actually running out eventually, but is a way to protect the back of his base from this incoming attack. So both players up on 2 town centers. I do like that move, and we do see a little bit of a slight advantage still when it comes to economy for the Max, but militarily, big lead for Project Belgium. Project Belgium deciding to kill his knight instead of allowing it to be converted. And pretty soon here, the Max is going to run out of wood lines that are available to him. Another town center being built right next to the original. I'm not sure how I feel about this location for a town center. It will provide quite a bit of safety in the back of his base, but not quite ideal for efficiency, as this wood line will be running out very, very shortly. When we take a look, Project Belgium building his third town center on this golden wood line. I do prefer that location. But Project Belgium will be coming forward, will be taking out that villager building the outpost. And it's a 3 villager lead right now for the Max. Skirmishers and knights, obviously very strong, but crossbows much stronger against the knights of the enemy. A few monks here, that is good defense, especially will protect the skirmishers. We now have a siege workshop at home, going up for Project Belgium, and looking to just boom up, adding farms left, right, and center, and trying to get all 3 town centers producing as quickly as possible. Interesting thing to note, a battering ram being built at home. That's to take care of this tower, of this siege workshop. He needs to take that out because he needs to get access to that wood line. He needs the front of his base to be secure. The knights now have gone over. They now realize they are not able to attack the tower. They're going to take out that palisade as quickly as possible. Make room for this battering ram. What a fantastic location for a tower. Just so great. So difficult to get into, but these knights should be able to take this out. They will get out of the way for the battering ram. the battering ram will be able to get in close and take out that tower no problem at all. So definitely worthwhile for a feudal age push. And we see still a slight lead for villagers for the max. His wood line's becoming a little less efficient. Still in an awkward situation, but he is collecting up relics. He is trying his best to get as much value early on as possible. Close game between the two of them. It is either's game at this point in time. And the siege workshop from the max will go down as well as archery ranges are being placed forward. And this big ball of crossbows is knocking on the door. One good mangonel shot and these skirmishers can go down definitely. So the thing about the situation right now is there is no safe wood line for the max, whereas there is a completely safe forest for Project Belgium at this point in time. Even these front wood lines that have the town centers on them are a little bit more safe than what the max has at home. This villager will get picked off, no doubt. Interesting, it took multiple shots to take out that villager from 25 crossbows, but that's the way it is sometimes. Will this monk get picked off? Probably won't be seen. Deciding to run away at this point in time. I'd love to see a town center here, protect these wood lines, get access to that stone. But with this crossbow army and a mangonel in the back, unable to do that at this point in time. And now we see a strength of the Portuguese going up to the Imperial Age. They will be way, way faster, and we will be seeing arbalests, and arbalests such a gigantic step up from crossbows, as they have that extra range, that extra attack, that extra armor, everything that just makes them a better unit altogether. And some frantic villagers collecting stone. Way too many stone collectors at this point in time for the max. His economy is very messy, no access to wood, which has been a problem for a little while now. He needs a castle to protect his wood lines. He needs something up at the front so that he can safely gather wood while he is 50% of the way slower up to the next age. This castle is very safe. He didn't really have a choice in where to place it. It would have been ideal to be further forward, up, protecting a little bit more, but with the army of crossbows that Project Belgium has in the front of his base, that is all that is able to be built by the max. Now the stable going down from the battering ram, we immediately see bracer coming in, chemistry coming in, no arbalest as of yet, but it is enough to scare away the max. The limited access to wood just completely starved out the max. Great play by Project Belgium to take control of the map. Great play to use his map to his advantage.